A Mercruiser Alpha One out drive leg. Problem is it won't go down. Obviously tried the electric part, switching, and you can hear it clunking. So in the back, I got into the back of the motor here, and this is where the pump goes in that space there. Okay, let's take the pump off, remove those two tubes. Those go to the leg. Those are to the hydraulic rams, and there are two bolts around the back. You can see the bolt holes there. You undo those two bolts, and the green and the blue up and down wires which go onto these two bolts here. The blue lead from the motor, the hydraulic motor that is. The blue lead goes on the top and the green lead goes on the bottom. Now all that was doing was the clunking of these two relays here, these solenoids, and the return lead to earth, that's where it goes down here, back to the negative, was getting rather warm. So I've checked these solenoids out by putting a current from the battery to that purple lead here, and yes, we do get a clunking and individual clunking as well if you use the switch on the throttle lever, which means that I think the motor's jammed. So I've removed the motor. As you can see, no fluid came out of these two hydraulic pipes here for the up and down on the leg. Now I'm not sure if that's fluid supposed to come out, but there was only a few drips. It may be that it's not supposed to come up out. We'll have to see about that, and bleeding them as well. So there we are. While I'm at this part here, you can see that the voltage, the current is supplied from the battery through this red positive lead, and it goes onto this, what should we call it? I suppose you could call it a buzz bar if you want to. This feeds current to this solenoid, voltage to this current solenoid here, and it feeds through the bar, it feeds it to that solenoid there. When you energise the coils in the solenoid with the switch, which puts current onto here, this goes through a coil inside here, energises the solenoid, which closes up and makes a circuit between this voltage input from the battery to the output to the motor, to the blue lead here, which goes to the motor, which is here, and winds it one way to pump up, and then, now I'm not sure if this is the up or the down, I'm only guessing that, and if you want to go down, you push the switch the other way on the throttle lever, which supplies current to the green lead here, which energises this coil, which closes the switch, and then the voltage through here energises the lead which goes to the motor down. Okay, so there's that little one. Now we'll have a look at the pump itself, which I have started to disassemble. So here we have the hydraulic leg lift pump here. That's not supposed to turn, by the way. I've already taken the bolts out. This is fixed onto that plate. Well, I showed you the two holes, which were a bit rusty, and it goes through these holes here. They're covered up with tape at the moment. The reason they're covered up is so that I've stuffed whole rag into the inlet and outlet hydraulic pipe, so I don't get dirt in there, and that tape just goes around to hold a little bit of rag in. Now on here, holding this down, this pump, what holds the motor to the pump, these 5/16 of an inch little bolts here, and these are a swine to get out because as you can see, the tops are all rusty. I managed to get one out, and then the other one, which is around the other side here, there's only two to hold it in, just across. These two, this one here just wouldn't come out. a right little swine. So as you can see, the damage on the fixed washer, which is lucky it was fixed, I got a chisel on that and just banged it round and tapped it round like that, and off it came. So now when you take this, these are the two leads, by the way. As I say, the blue lead goes to the top connector, like I showed you on the solenoid, or the relay, whatever you like to call it, and this one goes on the bottom connection, like that and that. This is the common return to the earth or to the battery negative, alright? And that's about it. One's up and one's for down, depending on the position of the switch. Now when you take this off, when you get those two screws out, this came off quite easy for me. When you take it off, make sure you don't lose the little coupling inside, because when you lift this off here, there we are, see, it comes off all nice and mucky. Right, put that down there. In here, that little thing here, this little drive coupling, that is in fact quite loose, and it will just drop out. Now watch this now, you'll see it drop out. Yep, there it is, okay? And it's a small groove side down, and I don't know if it's safe to leave that in there or keep it in the toolbox, but we'll just drop that on there, and that's it in place there. Okay, that's the pump side there, and that's the motor there. So I'm going to check to see if it's the actual pump part of it that's faulty, or is it in the motor and the gearing. So I'll just put my flat screwdriver in there. Find where it is, flat screwdriver in the little groove, get a turn. Well, that seems pretty free. Yeah, so that's not, it's not, I guess there must be an impeller of some sort in there, or maybe a metal offset concentric thing. Anyway, that seems to be alright. That's free enough, so I'll check the motor now. I'll just get that, you see there's a flat on that drive there. I'll just put my adjustable on that, and give it a push. That's pretty solid. Oh, now it's moved now. Oh, I might have fixed it. Anyway, I'll just have a look at that and then we'll continue in a minute. So here we are, we've got them both separated. I've lubricated this drive shaft here, and it now turns as free as you would expect one of those to turn. And I'll put a bit of extension cable on this for now, and I think this is detonation cable, this will blow up. So now I'm going to just try it on the battery now and give it a shot on the boat battery, and we'll see how we go. It's a bit awkward in here, but I'll do my best to show it running. How can I do this? Right. Anyway, let's just put this one on here, over there, this one over here. There we are. And then we'll check the other way. The green lead. Leave one there, positive. That's it. So now, a bit shaky on that. There we have it. This is now got to be fitted in, back in over that side over there. I'll show you the boat that this is all off then. I've got to clean all this up and put some fresh fluid in there, because I've tipped that up, so that's got to be changed now, because all the muck inside it will have become suspended in the fluid. Anyway, this is the boat it's off. It's a what is it? A high-tech one. It's a sea+ray. There we are, sea+ray. Not a bad looking boat, I suppose. Anyway, there we are. And this is where it's got to go back into this lot here, which I think I'm going to have to clean up before I put it back in. It'd be a waste to just bung it back all in this crud. All this oxidisation needs to be got off, because that's bad. Needs a bit of silicone grease on this lot, I think, and get all this rust away from here. That's the return lead, which needs to be put inside a marine block connector, and it's got to be a marine grade block connector, because if it isn't, it will rust up very quickly and you'll get a similar problem again. The connection will go high resistance and you'll start burning the cable, and the up and down won't work. These are the two hydraulic lift. I've noticed on this one that the up and the down, I think that one goes to the back. The one with the short length here goes to the stern end of the pump nearest the back of the boat, and this with the long piece goes to the front, or nearest towards the front of the boat. So that goes towards the stern or the transom, and this one is the one which goes towards the front of the boat. Okay, that's the way they go into the pump. That's the pointy end of the boat and the flat end. Okay, and there we are. And so we just got to clean this all up, which is quite a fucking mess actually. Excuse the French. I'll clean that up, and then we'll put the pump back in. This lot up, and oh, by the way, when you're cleaning this part here, the hydraulic fluid reservoir and the pump section, I've already told you about this piece here, which is loose to come out. That's like a coupling, all right. And but mind you, don't lose this seal here, which I dare say most proficient mechanics would say replace, but I'm not going to replace this at the moment, because I want to check it in the boat first to make sure it's working all right. If it is, well, during the coming winter season, I dare say we'll go all over this again and replace that seal. But for now, I'll put a bit of Vaseline on it, make sure it's nice and watertight, and that'll be it. Good, and there we are for now. We've got the hydraulic pump on the for the leg back in place. All the cables are joined up, as you can see there. Blue to the top, green to the bottom, and this is something which I'll put it together, and I'll try the switch, nothing happened, and I noticed that this here was hanging loose. Now this is the feed. This feeds voltage to the tilt switch on the gear control throttle lever. Now if you break this lead off here, there's no voltage going to that switch, so it can't feed the purple or the green with any voltage to energize the relays or solenoids here, which give the voltage from the main battery here to the pump, up and down. So watch out for that one. I broke that off. I didn't notice it at first because it was hanging hidden, as they like to. They try to fool you, don't they? So anyway, we'll give it a try now and see if it works. I've knocked a bit of the rust off this thing, but we've got it needs to be disassembled again, taken off there, and perhaps repainted. But there we are anyway. Let's see if it works. Just drop this down here, and here we go. This is the way. Here's the tilt switch here, and let's have a look.